Assalamu alaikum. So the lesson today is about linear functions. So we are going to talk about how to graph linear function. So you should know that based on the name linear function, so the graph must be a line. So the graph of any linear function is a line. And in order for us to draw a line, we need only 2 points. Why? So let's suppose I have only 1 point. How many lines I can draw through that point? How many lines? So I can draw that line, I can draw that line, I can draw that line, I can draw that line. You see, I can draw infinite of line if I have only 1 point. But if I have only 2 points, so I connect those 2 points together, so I can have only one line. If I try to draw another line, it's gonna be the same line. There is no difference. So the same line. If I draw another line, so it's gonna be the same line above it. So it's just going to be line above line. So it's going to be only one line. So to draw a line, I need 2 points. If I have 1 point, I can draw infinite of line. So in order for us to draw a line, we need two distinct points. This is exactly what you see in this graph. If I have two distinct points, I can draw one line. So let's state this. So the graph of any linear function is a line. To draw a line, we need two distinct points. Let's name them A, B, and C, D. Two distinct points. So the equation of the linear function is the following. So the standard form, notation of a linear function is ax plus by equal c. So to graph this function, I have three choices. So there's three ways we can graph a linear function. The first way is we pick two distinct points. So first way is two distinct points. The second way again is two distinct points, but it's a specific point. So the second way we call it intercept, which means we use the X intercept, which is a point, we will see it, and Y intercept. So those two is the same thing because X intercept is a point and Y intercept is a point. The third way is called point slope or slope and point, whatever. So point slope. Again, this is another way how to draw a line through two points. So, but we will explain this. In our lesson today, we are going to focus on those two. Next lesson, we will do the point slope graphing. How to graph using a point and slope. So let's talk about the first two. So we are going to talk the two distinct points, how we use it, and how we use the intercept to graph a line. So given a linear function ax plus by equals c, so to graph ax plus by equals c using two distinct points, so what we do, we know that x is a independent variable, so and y is dependent variable. So in fact we're looking for 2 points. That's mean that we have 2x coordinates and 2y coordinates. So if I choose A, I need to get B. If I choose C, I need to get the D. So this is the exact idea. So what you do, you choose x equal A. Any number you choose. And try to find out what is B, which is your y. Then what you do, you choose another x distinct of A, C, and try to get y, which is D. So let me show you this in an example. It's more understandable. So suppose, so we have an example. Suppose I wanna draw, for example, 2x minus y equals 6. So because x is independent variable, so I'm going to choose any x I want. For example, I choose x equal 4. So what I do with that x, I substitute this x here. You can choose any number, is your choice. It's not because I choose 4, you have to choose 4. No, you can choose any number you want. 0, 1, 2, 3, 5, 10, 2000, minus 100, any number you want. Substitute that number here. So I got 2 times 4 minus y equals 6. So what do we end up having? Are we having 8 minus y equals 6? So which means you got linear equations. Solve that linear equations. Solve for y. So I got minus y equal minus 2. So divide by minus 2 on both sides. So my y equal 2. So my first point is 4, 2, which is my AB. You see, I choose x equal A, which is 4, and I got my B, which is 2. I do the same thing for the second point. I pick any number. So my equation is 2x minus y equals 6. Now I need to pick another number. Don't pick 4, you pick another one. For example, I pick 1. So when I substitute 1 here, I get 2 times 1 minus y equal 6. So which means I have 2 minus y equals 6, minus 2 both sides, minus y equal 4, divided by minus 1, I got y equal minus 4. So my second point will be 1 minus 4. So now what I do with those points, I plug them into the graph. So my point I have 1 minus 4, and my other point is 4, 2. 4, 2. So what I do, I go to my graph. I have 1 minus 4. This is 1 minus 4 is here. 4, 2. This is 4, 2 is here. Now I have my 2 points. So what I do with those 2 points, I connect them with a line. There we go. See? Now I have my line, and always when you draw a line, name it. 2x minus y equals 6. in case if you draw more than one line in the same coordinate plane. Alright, let me give you another example. Suppose I want to graph this function. Suppose I want to graph this function. 3x plus 2y equal 18. Now, I can choose any number for x. X equal, for example, any number you can pick will work. X equal 1 or 2, for example. So if I choose x equal 2, so what I will get? I need to get the y, so 3 times 2 plus 2y equal 18. So I got 6 plus 2y equal 18. So minus 6 both sides. I got 2y equal 12 divided by 2. So I got y equal 6. So my point here for x equal 2, 6. Now I want to pick another point for x. I'll pick 0. I can't pick 0, it's just a number. So what I do, I substitute 0 there, so I got 3 times 0 plus 2y equal 18. So this is just 0. So 2y equal 18 divided by 2 both sides. So I got my y equal 9. So my second point will be 0, 9. Now I'm gonna find the location of those points. I have 2, 6, which is here, and I have 0, 9. 0, 9, it's mean 0 and 9. So this is my 0, 9. Now I have my 2 points. So what I do now? I draw a line. And after that, what I do? I name that line. 3x plus 2y equal 18. And I do arrow, let's keep going. So this is how to graph a line using 2 points. Now let's use the second way, which is intercept. How to graph a line using intercept. So graph linear function using intercept. Alright, so what is intercept? Like I say, intercept is a point which is located on the Cartesian coordinate plane, either on the x-axis or y-axis. So this is exactly what is the intercept. So intercept, you see, any point on the y-axis or on the x-axis is called intercept. So if I have a point here, or here, or here, or here, so in the y or the x is called intercept. Any point on the y-axis or x-axis is called intercept. So when your teacher or your professor tell you intercept, its mean is a point either on the x or on the y-axis. If they say x intercept is on the x-axis, if they say y intercept is on the y-axis. So intercept is a point on the Cartesian coordinate plane located either on the x-axis or y-axis. So intercept is a point on the coordinate plane located either on the x-axis or y-axis. So the point located on the x-axis is called X intercept. So the point or the intercept located on the x-axis is called X intercept. So the intercept located on the x-axis is called X intercept, and it's a point defined by, and it's a point defined by x0. So that's mean on the x intercept, the y value of, or the y coordinate is always 0. The x coordinate can be 0 or not 0, but the y coordinate must be always 0. So example of x intercept. So it can be 0, 0, it can be 1, 0, it can be minus 3, 0. So any point that has x coordinates not equal 0, but the y coordinate is 0, is an x-intercept. So in the simplest way, any point with 0 y coordinate is an x-intercept. Alright, now and how to find out the x-intercept if we have an equations. So to find out the x-intercept, what we do, we substitute y by 0. That's it. So to find the x-intercept on ax plus by equals c on linear function, we substitute y by 0. It's like we will solve for these equations ax equals c, because when I substitute y by 0, this will become 0. Okay, so the intercept located on the y-axis is called y-intercept. So the intercept located on the y-axis is called y-intercept. And the point that represent the y-intercept, and point 0 y represent y-intercept. So in order for me to get the y-intercept, I need to have x equals 0. That means any point with x coordinate equals 0 is a y-intercept. So example for y-intercept. So example. So 0, 0 again is a y-intercept. So it can be x and y-intercept because the y-axis and the x-axis, the intersect at 0, 0. So this is why it's both x-intercept and y-intercept. So we have 0, 1, 0, half, 0, minus 3, and so on. So any point with x coordinate equals 0 is a y-intercept. So to find the y-intercept, we substitute x by 0. To find y-intercept in linear equations, linear function, we substitute x by 0. In fact, we solve for by equals c. When you substitute x here by 0, this becomes 0. What's left is by equals c. So that's the idea. So if we want to find out the x-intercept and the y-intercept for that example, for example, let me give you an example for both. Example. So if I have 3x minus 5y equals 4. So to find out the x-intercept, so I make y equal 0. So we end up having 3x equal 4. When I substitute 0 here, this is gone. Then I will have x will be 4 third if I divide both sides by 3. So my x-intercept will be 4 third 0. Y-intercept, so I make x equal 0. And this is general case for any type of function, either linear function or the future function. X-intercept, always you make y equal 0. Y-intercept, always make x equal 0 all the time. So if I substitute x by 0, this becomes 0. So what's left is minus 5y equal 4. So divide both sides by minus 5. So I get y equal 4 over minus 5. So I can put minus here, put 5 here. So my point here will be 0 minus 4 over 5. So this is my y-intercept and this is my x-intercept. Now let's give an example in a graph. Suppose I want to graph uh, the same function we did previously. So I want to graph this 3x plus 2y equal 18. I want to use the x-intercept and the y-intercept for that example. So here I want to find out the x-intercept. So in that case I will make y equal 0. So I got 3x equal 18. Because when I substitute y by 0, this is becomes 0. So now I divide both sides by 3. So I got my x equals 6. So my point will be 6, 0. Now I want to find out the y-intercept. So in that case I make x equal 0. So here I will end up having 2y equal 18. So I divide by 2 both sides. So I got my y equal 9. So my point here will be 0, 9. So how to graph this? This is very easy. Most of the students like the intercept way how to graph a line. So 0, 6, 0. So it's here. 0, 9. It's here. So the 2 points are clear. So what I do, I connect them with a line. There we go. And name the line now. So this is the line 3x plus 2y equal 18. And this is how we graph a line using intercept. So I hope you understand the way we graph a linear function using 2 points or using intercepts. And as you see, in fact, we just create 2 points. The intercepts are 2 points. It's the same concept. We need 2 points, but this is just different way how to get 2 points. And the same thing when we're gonna learn, inshallah, the point slope. You will see we will work with 2 points, but this is just another way how to graph a line using 2 points. So I hope you understand the main idea. So we will finish the third way in the coming lesson, and thank you for watching the video. Assalamu alaikum.